Three, two, one. Hey, it's Wild Josh from Geek-Cetera, and I'm joined by Chase and Ezra. We just finished watching the latest Black Widow trailer, and we're going to talk about it. Now, let's get geeky. So, just finished the latest Black Widow trailer, and I say latest, it actually came out in the spring, like 9 months ago, and that's when Black Widow Black Widow was supposed to come out, but then COVID messed everything up, and now it's not coming out until May 7th, to be exact, of 2021. So, what'd you guys think? Right off the bat, I gotta say, we actually did a video not long ago about good and bad trailers and what we thought. I kind of would put this one more towards the bad trailer because I felt like we saw way too much. And
at the same time, I also don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's a bit of both. Maybe it's
I
just
don't
me.
know.
I'm confused. Is this a prequel or is this a sequel?
It's a sequel.
Because she's dead.
Well,
So
it's
this
a
is
prequel.
multiverse?
It's a prequel to Endgame and a sequel to Infinity War, I think.
Yeah, I think you might be right because she talks and references the Avengers, so that's already taken place.
And we see
Yeah.
a shot from Infinity War. So I would say
So-
it's after, but I
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
It
know.
was really weird because I'm like, it's really rare for us to see a superhero movie now where they don't bring another one in. In Spider-Man, you had Iron Man. In Captain America, you have Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You have Black Widow.
Yeah.
Like it's all in Thor Ragnarok. You get Bruce Banner, Hulk. Like
Yeah.
you never get a one-off superhero movie, so it's a little weird.
I guess the ones they bring in
this
are
would be after
usually
the events of Infinity War, and they have to fight. She has to fight a menace by herself.
Yeah, I mean, by herself, but also not.
But
My
not.
guess is that these people that they're introducing, since we don't see them later, is their cannon fodder. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know
Oof,
why else
yeah,
you'd have
good point.
a character that is going to help
Well,
you fight and not be used again or seen again.
They're also not necessarily superheroes.
Right. I mean, I
if-
forget let me look at his name.
I guess they don't
The
necessarily.
guy who
I think
David Harbour plays is Red Guardian. That's
they don't even
somebody.
really have to be cannon fodder though, because think about all the people that came through the portals in Endgame. Like, that's a massive army. Like, just because we don't give them screen time doesn't mean that they're not there.
True. Yeah, he could be in the background. They're going to be retconning that. Like, oh, see that little black blur or red blur over there? That's Red Guardian.
Yeah.
One thing I will say about this one is Taskmaster is a cool villain, and I'm curious to see
He
how
looks
they
like
do
a
it.
So-
Hawkeye cap.
Taskmaster Chase like emulates the powers of
The Avengers.
others. Yeah.
'Cause
So he
look,
is like a mixture between
'cause
Hawkeye
I
and
remember
Cap.
there was
He's
two
also a
distinct
mixture
scenes,
between
like,
a lot of different
when
superheroes.
she was shooting
Yeah.
at him with the pistol, he had a shield.
Yep.
And then there was another scene where he was slinging arrows all over the place.
Mhm.
So to me, those were like the two big ones that I saw. I'm like, okay, he's Hawkeye Cap.
The first Spider-Man game that came out on the PS4, the more recent one that did really well. That's was my first introduction to that character, Taskmaster.
Really.
He's a villain in that you fight, kind of a side villain, not really a big baddie, because the big baddie was a brand new character that they invented just for that game. But I thought it was kind of cool. He was a pretty cool guy, character. So I was kind of excited to see how they portray him in this. And I thought his armor looked really cool. But you're right. He does have, not only, you said Captain America, and you said,
Hawkeye.
who else did you say? Hawkeye?
Mhm.
But also, he's got the claws. He does the claw thing, which is
Oh,
Black
yeah.
Panther. So
I
he's kind of
didn't
got
catch that
a
one.
mix of stuff.
Yeah.
So
That's kind of his deal. He kind of just steals things from other superheroes.
right.
Um,
And I
But-
don't know who plays him. I can't find. It's not shown on. on IMDb. Like it doesn't have a character name for him, so it might be a surprise. And you would think it was going to be played by a character or an actor that we would recognize if he ever actually gets any time with his helmet off or
Yeah.
his voice is memorable.
Yeah,
But
well,
there's
maybe
nothing like that. We have William Hurt, who's playing Thaddeus Ross, which I think was a character that was
think-
introduced in another. Wasn't Thaddeus Ross introduced in something else? Maybe not. And then obviously we have the main characters, the Florence Puig and, or how do you say her name? Florence. How do you pronounce Pugh? Pugh. Pugh.
Pew.
Florence
Like-
Pugh.
Charlie Pew from wasn't that the actor from? I don't know. Maybe not. I'm lost.
Anyways, yeah, there's really not a lot of actors besides the main ones there. Scarlett Johansson, David Harbour, Rachel Weisz. So I don't know. I'm curious to see who it's going to be.
I'm sure it's played by someone noteworthy at least, and they maybe are saving it for
Yeah.
like a
A surprise.
reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So we have
um,
a spider and communist Captain America
Yeah.
teaming up
Yeah.
to fight a dude that we don't know.
Well,
but he looks cool. His mask is what I think looks
Yeah.
cool.
you're being so negative about this.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm just. Yeah.
I think it looks good. And I liked the trailer because I still don't really know what's going on. I don't know. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was like a great trailer per se. But it got me excited for it. I've been waiting for it since May,
A while.
April.
Since it was supposed to come out.
Yeah, like I'm
Yeah.
and maybe part of it too is like I'm just really excited to see another Marvel movie. That could be it also, but I'm really excited for this movie.
Well-
I was hoping they were gonna put it on Disney Plus. I really think that the fail of Mulan was the reason they didn't do that. I would have paid 30. What was Mulan? I think it was $30 or
$29.99
something.
or something.
I would have paid $30 for it.
Because it was
Easy.
like 2 movie tickets worth.
Easy.
So they're saying
Yeah.
this is going to theaters.
I mean, why else are they postponing it so long?
Yeah.
To finish
They
filming.
they could change their mind if things don't get better by the time it's supposed to
Yeah.
release.
Well,
And
think
if they're
about
gonna
it.
have to push it back again.
COVID happened in April or like
Yeah.
late March, and so that's like a month and a half. And yeah, I know some editing gets done in there, but that's all stuff you can do from home.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's like why is it that it got pushed off? Like
Maybe they had
Like
to go
an
back
entire
and do
year.
maybe they had to go back and redo scenes or something.
maybe
Yeah.
they did, but I don't know. I don't think it's 100% just because they needed to go back and do stuff. Or I think a lot of it was revenue because they know that this will be a box office hit because it's a Marvel movie, and I don't think they wanted to just put it on Disney
I
Plus
don't
and
know. It'll be
take a
interesting
loss.
to see because I know there's a lot of movies that other people are starting to do straight to like HBO Max or whatever. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, it
So,
seems like it's getting popular.
Well,
I know we talked
COVID
about
could have killed the movie theater.
that's we did talk about this
Yeah.
a while ago about movie theaters, and originally we thought like, oh yeah, movie theaters are gonna rebound. There's nothing they can do to touch it, but I think that we still could be looking at the death of the movie theater industry because why go sit in an uncomfortable chair in a smelly movie theater that is dark and you're surrounded by weirdos when you could watch it on your own TV, your own sound system? Like, I think that you're gonna have a lot of people that don't go out to movies anymore.
If
I
I,
mean,
could only recreate that popcorn, I
given
would be all set.
Mm-hmm. You just need
Okay,
extra butter. That's you're just
Movie
not
theater
butterers.
popcorn
Listen.
is so good.
Listen, I found this brand of popcorn, and I'm sure you're not able to find it, but I found it at the dollar store. And it
it's
was just
good?
like this
Interesting.
big like plastic bag of popcorn. It tasted just like
Well, there you go.
Oh man,
It's
I
been
love movie
recreated.
theater popcorn. So
It's-
good.
It's
I
just
don't
it's
know.
extra buttery and extra salty. I think that's a lot
Yeah.
of things people miss.
You
We're
need
way
that
off
and then like
topic,
a gallon
but-
of soda, and then you're all set.
I like this is the thing though. I do think that if given the choice, go to a movie theater or buy it and rent it at my home for a premiere, I honestly 50% of the time would take my own house, like watch it in my own
Yeah,
house.
I
Like
think-
I'll still go because it's an experience and it's like an every once in a while thing.
Mhm.
but I think I'm gonna see it in my house. Like, if I were given that option.
I think the
So
only
I
reason
agree.
I would like go out to see a movie anymore is if it's a movie that I'm going to see with a bunch of friends. Like if it's just
Yeah,
gonna be one or two people, hey, come over to my house. We've got a big TV in the basement. We have a nice sound system. Like, sure, that's fine for one or two people.
that's
This room is not big enough for that. If you're gonna go see it with like a group, then sure, go out to the theaters, and then nothing beats standing in the like crappy little arcade for the next 2 hours talking about what you just saw. But
yeah.
Yeah.
I am imagining a similar situation.
So when we recorded our video on our Did COVID Kill movie theaters, I had the opposite opinion that I have now. Like I wanted to go out to movie theaters.
mhm,
I've learned now in the how long have we been in this 9 months
yeah.
that I actually don't need to go anywhere to be happy. I
Mhm.
can just
Yeah,
stay
that's
home
awesome.
and be really happy. So I actually don't want to go to movie theaters anymore. I would rather just watch it at home.
No, there's
Yeah.
a little
Watch.
update on that situation. As far as Black Widow goes, I was
If
thinking
we have to.
I know.
I was thinking this is kind of like a major villain. At least I thought. For
Taskmaster?
yeah, for Black Widow to handle.
Hmm.
Like I
But
know
she
she's
has a
getting
team.
help.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's kind of cool. Like they're giving her kind of a pretty
Mhm.
big character to or big villain, to defeat. Like I think that's pretty neat. And I think I mean I really like Black Widow as a character anyway. So I think it's really cool that we get to see her tackle a little bit of a bigger challenge on her
And
own.
what are
Yeah.
your feelings on the idea of watching a movie where like the character's safe?
And
I
well,
mean,
for the most part, we know that nearly every Marvel movie.
Yeah,
I don't think that watching the first Avengers movie, anybody really thought that Tony Stark was dead.
I
yeah,
suppose. Yeah, yeah.
Like, I think going into Infinity War and Endgame, you kind of had that expectation of a character or two dying, but you still know there is going to be Marvel movies where those characters will be, so they'll have to make it because there's revenue to be had. So it's
yeah.
kind of
Mhm.
like meta thinking, but I think
Uh,
that a lot of times you think that.
how many times, if we're thinking, like, have they killed off big characters like superheroes
I mean,
in the Marvel movies?
not
Like,
until like the last of the
yeah,
Avengers, right? That where they really start doing
Yeah,
that.
I mean, if you want to talk about like the same feelings, that last season of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, you know that during Order 66, despite the fact that Ahsoka's on a ship with thousands of clones, you know that she survives because she's in Rebels. It's like,
Right. Yeah.
I don't
yeah,
know.
it's not a big deal to me,
Yeah,
really.
I don't think you feel a difference.
Yeah. You think that there could be more story told around Black Widow's family? I'm calling them family. I don't think they're actually family, but they're like from her same training program.
Um, more stories told.
Like even with like the new
Like,
stuff that we know that's coming, do you think any of these characters could be in some future project that's coming out? And I don't know where, so I'm just kind of throwing
I
that out
mean,
there. I was thinking
I
possibly like Armor Wars kind of thing, but I don't know.
I would love to see that. I think. I mean, sure, that'd be good. But yeah, I'll go with sure.
I
Why
don't think
not?
I'd mind it as long as they get enough character building in this
Yeah.
movie to make it not feel out of place.
Hmm.
Didn't they kind of tease at the fact that Florence is going to be like the new Black Widow kind of going forward? Or was
Oh,
that
maybe
more or less rumor? I don't. Well,
it's
I don't know.
possible.
I think we'll see them again
Yeah,
at some point. Why couldn't they do like a team up with Falcon and Winter Soldier, like
that's true. We
the
could see.
the the red
Yeah,
guy? The
I just if they don't
what's
kill
his
him
name?
off, I hope we get to see him more. That's what I'm trying. I guess
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I'm trying to get at is that
Well, I don't
I
know.
don't
You
want him
already
to just
said that.
disappear into the ether.
You already said they were going to be fodder. So
I kind of think they might be, but if they survive, I don't. I hope to see him more
Yeah.
and not just kind of disappear.
Hmm.
But so I think that's it. You got anything closing to say?
Not that I can
No.
think of.
I'm
Thanks
excited.
for watching. Oh, excited. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's right. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe. We have a live stream that's going to be is already out. If you're watching this, it's already out. So check that out. It's all about the MCU Phase 4 Investor Day projects that were announced. So check that out. Be sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon so you're notified when we put up new content. Thanks for watching, and until next time, we are family. We fight with you.
You and I remember Budapest very much.